Good afternoon, everyone. It is July 20th, and I wanted to come on here, even though I got a little bit of a upper respiratory issue going on. It's actually physical and spiritual. We'll get to that in a minute. But welcome to Flesh and Soul Connections and Reverend Tish Ramirez. And I wanted to get on here and address something. Excuse me. Gotta have my little tea. There we go. Everyone keeps addressing online everywhere is Barbault's basket. It is a rare planetary thing going on that he spent his life basically, studying the planets, and this was the last thing he predicted before he passed. He predicted COVID. But the one thing I wanted to say real quick, starting this out, is the fact that any of these planets, which is Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they're the four in the basket. If you have any of those within 1 to 4 degrees of your sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, it's really going to affect you. I personally, being in Gemini, my sun sign is in 3 degrees. So I am really feeling this. And one of the ways we're going to get to this is the upper respiratory infection I actually came down with Friday. I wasn't feeling too good, and Saturday it really kicked in. And yesterday, which was Sunday, it had me down. But with being Gemini rules the physical body of the lungs, the chest, the upper respiratory tract, shoulders, and arms. So since I'm at that 3 degree of Gemini, and Uranus is currently sitting on top of it at 4 degrees in Gemini, my physical respiratory system is taking a direct energetic brunt of this planetary alignment, because sickness is not all physical. It's a circle. Excuse me. So I found that interesting today. I took a deep dive on it because I'm like, I know what's going on with me isn't just me. Because I thought at first Cosmo hadn't been feeling well. I might have caught some from him. I know that my divine counterpart, Frank, he's sick too. But his Gemini is a different Gemini. We're born 10 days apart. But so when we have this Uranus conjunction at 4 degrees, it brings up high voltage, electric, erratic energy, and that's what's been affecting me. It demands of quick processing to let go of old ways of being. Physically, the lungs and the chest is where we store grief. Unexpressed words, it's our heart chakra, and things we have truly swallowed, from the throat chakra to keep peace. Clearing this channel, coming down, clearing the channel will help. So I'm telling all those who feel like this is like, why am I feeling this big need to release, or this big need to, have stronger boundaries? It's because of this basket going on. And right now, like with me, with this upper respiratory infection, and it's viral, it's not bacterial. So that's another way I really know it's more spiritual than physical. It's to a spiritual purge, just getting that energy out. My body is forcibly making me slow down, and boy did it, because I've done nothing but sit. I journaled some, I read a little bit, a lot of time with spirit, so that helps. But it literally makes me sit down. I'm more aware of my breathing and coughing out. I mean, literally coughing out and clearing out the old energetic debris. So when this is all past, I'm taking in the fresh air. And it kind of did take me back to COVID, because this is the last thing that Barbault, predicted was COVID, and he passed right before that. I remember when I had COVID, and I just got tired of coughing. I got tired of being sick and sitting with spirit. And this is before I come truly into who I was. Sitting with spirit, like, I'm done with this. I want to be over this. And I had this huge coughing spell, and I literally just honestly spit up all this junk. And I knew I coughed it out. I was done with it. So that in itself, so if any one of you out there feeling sick or feeling heavy there in the chest, that's a good reason why, especially for being the Gemini, and Gemini is, you know, we're the lungs is huge with us, but it's also that heart chakra, because it is truly where we swallow down the words we don't want to say, the feelings we don't want to feel. Where's it get? It gets pushed down into the heart chakra. So it's a good time to release whatever it is you're holding on to, the grief, the boundaries you didn't set, the boundaries you didn't set with yourself, you know. And but today we're in the midpoint of it. Like, think of the basket, like it's literally holding us. And I went and saw the Odyssey. This one is really what inspired also this video. Went and saw the Odyssey on Thursday. And I have to admit, I never read the book. I knew different. I saw Troy. I saw the original Odyssey. And but for some reason, you know, it really, really spoke to me. And I believe in my heart of hearts, it was truly divine timing that the Odyssey came out the weekend of this basket. You know, sometimes Hollywood has their own marketing schedule, and but the universe kind of on this one, I feel like, dropped it where it was supposed to drop, because of it's so symbolic of where we are as a collective and the energy shift that's about to happen after this basket. And because after this we go into the 8-8 portal, that burning portal of Leo. And it gives us, you know, a visual language that we needed at this point. And it wasn't, I mean, he said different things in this that like kind of clicked. I'm like, oh, I really need to see this and go in and journal again. But I got sick and I couldn't go. Like, literally, I knew I couldn't go. But, well, I'll come back to that in a moment, of the things that happened that clicked in my head that I'm like, this is meaning something. We'll go into real quick about the basket. Like I said, we got the 4 planets. Jupiter's in Leo, Uranus is in Neptune, Pluto's in Aquarius, and Neptune is in Aries. Uranus is in Gemini, excuse me. So this is baskets full of air and fire. So what fuels fire? Air. So it's huge. And right now, today, it's like the Leo, that Jupiter in Leo, it's the handle. It just has a hold of us. And it's focused on growth, and the leaps of faith. Those leaps of faith that we've been wanting to take. This is the time. New opportunities. So I can't take credit for this, because I did hear it somewhere this weekend. I don't remember where, somewhere on Facebook, I think, where they're like, this manifestation's different. We're not making a list of what we're going to do. This manifestation, we are saying, this is the person I'm going to be walking out of this. We're seeing ourselves as that person. Not manifesting a list of things that we got to do or we want to do. We're manifesting the person that we're going to walk away out of this. So that hit big. It's like truly seeing who we are. And then we got the Uranus and Gemini and Neptune and Aries. That's the basket. It's that embracing the sudden innovations, trusting our intuition and our imagination, because they go hand in hand. You might think something's out there really crazy. It's not. You thought it for a reason. You know, and I recommend today, tomorrow, the end of this with Pluto in Aquarius. That's about, you know, writing down the goals, writing what you want, put it in the basket, manifest it that way. It's those leap of faith that you want to see between now and 2028, because this is really what, you know, we're coming into. And 1 second. I gotta get a drink. Okay, going back to the Odyssey. Another way this really affected me being so close to Gemini, and I'm not the only one who has had some crazy dreams. The dreams, I had a very prophetic dream about 10 days ago, maybe even a week ago, that I remember waking like, Spirit, I'm done. I'm done seeing all this death. I was going through a house per se. And yeah, it was a house, different levels. And every house I was going into, someone was getting their neck sliced. I never saw the faces or who was doing it. But that's what I was seeing. Honestly, I thought it was because I watched Game of Thrones before I went to bed. That wasn't it. I knew it was more than a dream. It was something coming. So, going back to sitting there watching the Odyssey. And Odysseus is sitting there telling Penelope about what he went through, on those 10 years on the beach. And when they finally got through the doors of Troy. And I'm not going to quote it perfectly because it's been a few days since I've seen it. But he was like, in one night, 10 years of rage went through when they opened those doors. And as I was watching this, I was literally brought to tears because I'm like, that was my dream. This is literally the dream I had. Watching them go from into different rooms, and they're just slicing necks. And I was just like in awe, because what that means, to me, the way I took it was, when slicing the neck, you're just done. You're cutting off that throat chakra. Like, I'm done speaking this way. I'm done projecting this way. This is no more suiting me in no way. And I saw him go through that. And at the end of it, going through that scene, it showed the Trojan horse burning. And I'm like, oh my God. Have we forgot that we are not still in the year of the horse, the fire horse? That's what that's about. 2026, even the beginning of 2026, 2025, the year of the snake, we were shedding everything. Now we are the person that came out of that shedding, still going through of who we're going to be on the other side of this. And it was just like such a real, like, aha moment. Like, see, I got my Year of the Horse shirt on. My reminders, we're still on that horse. We're still, racing through sometimes, and sometimes we're taking a slow pace. But the horse is guiding us. And it's a fire horse, so it's passionate and it's demanding. And, you talk about having chills where Spirit's like, ah. Now, do I feel like it's been 10 years for me? No, it's been a rough year since COVID, and a lot's happened. And it has been a lot of clearing for society. We've gone through a lot. And I think it was going back to a societal thing. It's a purge. It's a purge of where humanity we're clearing. I believe this basket and everything, a new earth is coming. People who keep talking about it, I understand it. Not ready to fully get into it yet, but it is. And the throat represents the voice. The old ways are being silenced because we don't use them anymore. They're being severed room by room. Humanity, we are moving forward. And like I said, 2026, because we're halfway through it. It started with that snake shedding. It was the skin. We peeled back the old layers and the shedding that no longer served us. And it's been an uncomfortable kind of going into the horse, because it's a fire horse. So it's, like I said, it's going to burn us, hypothetically speaking. And what does fire do? It purifies. So that's where I was looking for. It's purifying us. It's here to completely burn away the illusions. And there are a lot of illusions going on out there of, what might happen or what's going to happen, but we got to stay true to us and to what Spirit talks to you personally, and follow your instincts. And when I saw that horse being burned actually from the bottom up, because the way they had it, it was a huge, like, okay, we are on track as a society, as a person. I'm right where I'm supposed to be with this. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, right where I'm supposed to be. And that's that divine timing that I keep talking about, and the faith. So all this high energy, that the high level, it is truly to bring us back to what I just said, to bring us back to know we are exactly where we're supposed to be, acknowledge it, and move forward. What's not working anymore, let it go. Let it go. And I feel like this basket also, it's a gap between the collective of the week, which is the Pluto in Aquarius, and the individual me, which is Jupiter and Leo. Step out of the shadows, claim your personal power, and use your unique talents, whatever that might be. Even if it's something small, take that leap of faith and put it forward for the greater good. Release the old habits that no longer fulfill you. Close out the old life cycle and let your lingering fears go. It's kind of collective of everything I've talked to in my videos about. This one's a little longer. So, meditate a little longer. Spend time alone. Walk, journal, drink water, listen closely to every little intuitive ping, the spark, because we all get the ear ringing, or sometimes we just know Spirit's telling us. Write it down, ask for signs, follow what makes you feel more alive. What was holding you back, let it go, let it burn. Put it in a basket, it will burn away. So this is truly the time to have faith in yourself and in divine timing, in the Creator's greater good of what's going on. And I thank you again for sticking around, if you stuck around this long. But it is truly, where you've heard me use the term last week, let go of the static. Don't let it interfere with you. Trust the divine container is holding you. The Creator has a hold of you, in the stars, and metaphorically in his hands. And you got this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to talk any more about this. But thank you for listening. Mahalo and namaste.